Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Slandertime podcast. Today we're discussing a very special comic book run. It's Detective Comics by Ram V. We're going to say our scores in 3, 2, 1, 8 out of 10.
Oh shit, hold on. We got the same score.
Oh wait, what? Hell yeah. I thought I was be higher on it than you were. Alright, interesting. This run's very unique because it's like most comic book runs that are like 30 issues long about, you have a lot of different arcs, a lot of different stories, a lot of different stopping points. But this is all one huge story that really has just a beginning, middle, and end. And I appreciated it. It's like 3 different parts that all come together, all build up in interesting ways. Now, Freddie, what do you like about this run? Is this everything a Batman story should be to you?
My favorite parts about this show is like, it wasn't like, what's the best way I could... Normally when people think of Batman, they don't think of like the supernatural elements.
No,
this entire run was pretty much like bringing that supernatural feel like to the open. Then
It was a combination of factors, because you have the supernatural shit, but then you also have Two-Face is a huge player in this run, and he's really fucking cool. I didn't know Two-Face was cool. I didn't even know he was like any sort of anti-hero whatsoever. Are you familiar with like what's going on with him here? Because I haven't read his comics since like the 90s, so...
Nah, this is all pretty new for me. So.
Yeah. This is pretty close to the Matt Fraction run that we're reading. I know that just because Alfred's dead, and I think that happened pretty recently, from what I remember. But, yeah, you're right about the supernatural elements, but at the same time, it's supernatural in the way that Batman is tweaking out, you know? It's not supernatural in, like, the story needs to be supernatural. It's not like Doctor Strange shit. You get what I'm saying? It's more about Batman finding himself. He's getting old. He has to grapple with himself, like, as a character. Is he tweaking? Has he been just messing up this whole time? Is he crazy? Is anyone crazy to be doing what he does for as long as he's done it, you know? So it goes into the core appeal of Batman in that way, and that's interesting to me. Because if you don't do that, I think the characters seem kind of flat. If you don't acknowledge that Batman technically is insane to do what he does, right? Do you understand why it is that Batman does what he does? Beyond just, like, Bruce Wayne died in the alley when he was 7 or 6 or whatever he was, and then Batman was born to, you know, help people and prevent similar fates happening to others. Do you think there's more to Batman than that?
You mean like
as a character? I think that might have been how it started, but his character has grown from that point. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. No, I agree. I thought you meant like from the beginning the whole time. I was like, oh shit, I see that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it starts off he's just this like creature of vengeance, but I think his arc is as he goes on, he meets these people and he learns that he has this city to take care of, this family to take care of. He finds that in Robin, he finds that in Batgirl, that he creates a Bat family, and that is how his arc concludes. It's not just, you know, he's finding vengeance because he's crazy and he's traumatized. That's not his situation, that's not his deal, right? Although some people will disagree with that. There's a big question I've seen going around that is like, is Batman's true self Batman or is it Bruce Wayne? And I think you have to say it's a combination of factors. So whenever I see people yelling about that and they're like, no, it's Bruce Wayne because, you know, Batman is just, you know, his freedom, but that is not who he actually is. That is his way of getting out into the world. That's like a commentary on billionaires. People say that, and then people have the argument, obviously, I think it's more popular to say Batman's true form is Batman because that's where he's free, that's where he is finding purpose, and Bruce Wayne doesn't matter at all to him. It's just his mask. So where do you stand on that front? And I think this run helps us answer that.
My opinion, personally feel like Bruce Wayne was the mask earlier on, like when he was like earlier on as Batman.
Okay.
But like with the distinction, the line kind of blurs like the later on, like, more and more like had the mask,
Yeah.
he's progressed as a superhero.
Interesting. So, did this run cover any new ground for you? Did this change your perception of Batman? Because I know you're a big Batman guy. You have a lot of opinions on who his character is at the core. But this goes deeper than I expected into Batman. He has this entire transformation that basically says, what is your purpose as a superhero in the city when the city doesn't technically need you? And he has to come to that answer for himself. Did that answer change your opinion at all about who he is?
Did I feel a change?
Or did it just, reaffirm what you already thought about Batman?
Yeah, that's the best way I could put that. Like,
Okay.
nothing truly changed for me inside. Just like seeing that motherfucker go through it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I seen him go through that shit.
So I guess we
He's
should
going up against.
sorry, not to cut you off. We should probably go into the actual storyline that's going on here, because it is pretty unique. I don't think I've seen a Batman story quite like this. This story is about a family of, I don't know what you call them, nobles or ancient nobles, we'll say, called the Orgum family, who come to Gotham City because they want to save it, because that is what they do. They go out to cities and territories that are far away from their own kingdom, and they save them and make them this brand new shiny version of what they used to be, which doesn't sound that bad. You're like, that's not that villainous, honestly. Not the way that they do it. The whole arc here is about these characters kind of maneuvering chess pieces around Gotham City in order to make it into their version of what they want it to be, which is no homeless people, no crime, nothing that is like slightly nasty on the streets of New York. They're sanitizing the streets, I think they say, towards the end of the run. How does this stack up to Batman's other villains? Because he's known for having some of the craziest rogue galleries in the history of comics in general. You have fucking Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, both of which are in this run. Joker's even in this run. I think Joker is terribly misused here, but we can get into that later. Do you think they stack up with the rest of his villains? Or they're kind of boring?
Me personally, I'm not gonna lie. They kind of grew on me.
Yeah.
I didn't truly care.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
I straight up did because I was like, fucking people.
Right. Well, I think
I started
earlier on, the other villains are more interesting. Like, you get Mr. Freeze and Solomon Grundy, I think, pretty early on, right?
Yeah.
And they're pretty cool. I don't know what Solomon Grundy's deal is. He's just, like, kind of chilling and mumbling to himself below the streets of Gotham City. But I guess that's his deal. I don't know. It's not very villainous. He's just kind of there. But, yeah. I think they are interesting because some of them are good and some of them are evil. And you can't tell which is which until you actually see how they put their plan into motion. Which is, a staple. Like, the younger person maybe disagrees with how they're doing things, so he strikes back at the end and he saves him. It's like Darth Vader throwing Palpatine off the Death Star. I don't know if I really care. I don't remember any of their names. There might have been some guy called Abraham or something like that. Abraham Orgum.
It was Azram, wasn't it?
It was Bro, I didn't care about the characters individually. Am I wrong for that?
Hold on, wait, hold on.
See, you don't remember them either.
No. It was two things. It was Arzin or Azram. The two.
Arzin Orgum does sound familiar. Yeah. He was like the main guy, I think. The most interesting character work in this series is really just, it's not the Orgum family. It is all Batman's villains that we've met previously, as well as Batman himself. So Two-Face gets a lot of focus here. Mr. Freeze gets a lot of focus here. I didn't think they would draw parallels between Mr. Freeze and Batman, for example. I'm like, those characters are nothing alike. They're very similar, actually. Like, he says in one of their meetings that, I forget the name of his wife. Whatever wife got hoed, that Mr. Freeze...
Laura?
Laura.
Nora.
All right, yeah, that's right. Nora is Mr. Freeze's Gotham. That's what Batman tells him. And that's how he gets him to come join him and help him in the end there. The big issue, other than the Orgum family trying to sanitize Gotham, is the fact that Batman is being pursued by this demon, Barbatos. At first, I thought this demon was just fake, not real at all, right? Because, I don't know, Batman names like a bunch of shit after bats. I thought he was just naming his own hallucination after a bat too, because he's just not creative like that. You know what I'm saying? Batcave, Batcar, Batmobile, Barbatos is his demon. I don't know, but apparently this is a character that I'm just not familiar with.
Yeah, that motherfucker real. He real, Riley.
Yeah, how you know about him? You sound like you know something.
Yeah.
You sound like you know something.
Just say your problem.
Wait, what you mean?
So there's like a second like multiverse set.
Yeah.
The dark multiverse.
Okay.
He kind of run that.
Oh, damn. So what was his goal? He wanted to take over Batman's body? It was like a possession thing? Is that the deal? Or do you not know his goal?
No, he's in one of them. He's in one of them fucking stars. Didn't read. I just know he's a dickhead. It's all.
Well, in this one, he just functions as like Batman's inner doubt. You know, it's almost like that's the true form of Batman is Barbatos. It's like if he gives into it, he can have all his strength, all the strength he wants, but he risks losing himself. So he's never going to give himself up, because that's the thing about Batman. He is okay with losing as long as he wins in the end. And speaking of losing, man, Batman gets his ass kicked in this run. Like,
he was making Bruce get his ass.
Oh, some of those earlier battles against like the Orgum family's monsters that they create out of normal people, and that they can transform themselves into, like some of them have different powers. I believe each member of the family has like a different power depending on like the clan they come from within the family, and some of them are werewolves. Some of them are just like energy monsters. Batman was getting tossed.
I'm just gonna say it's because he was tripping.
I don't know. It's also because he's old. The story makes a point to say he's getting older, and that's a big reason why he's doubting himself. But was he not, like, freaked out? Alright, so if Barbatos is a real demon in this universe that he might have met before, is he not terrified when he starts getting haunted by him? Is that not a problem?
He's Batman.
Bro, he was just okay with it. He was, damn, I gotta deal with this demon now. It's okay. That's what we do here. I'm Batman, baby. And I'm like, what? What's going on? But yeah,
I guess
he's accepted. That's cool for you. I like this as a device. There's another Batman story called Batman Ego, which is just Batman accidentally kills a man that he's going after. Or he doesn't accidentally kill him, but he corners him and he kind of like commits suicide because he's too scared of going to jail and then facing the guys that he was like a mafia guy, and he was scared of facing the guys that he went up against again because they were definitely just going to kill him if he got captured. So he just kills himself. And this triggers like kind of a psychotic break for Batman, in which he starts to think of the Batman side of him as this big demon, and they have a big conversation in the Batcave, and the solution they come to, I forget exactly what it was, but I say all this to mention that this might just be normal for Batman. He might just have conversations within himself, within his psyche, to keep him doing what he does. So maybe that's why he's so used to it. Maybe he doesn't know if the demon's actually real or not. Or do you think he definitely does?
Man,
it's a tough one. The story doesn't answer.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It could go either way. He might not know it's real because he's probably done this before. Batman's done created a fucking alter ego in his own mind.
Yeah.
The home in the future.
Basically, right?
Like so he couldn't know. Time he could very well know it's real.
Right. I think of Batman as like this vehicle for Bruce to like find himself, you know? When he's lost and he can't deal with his parents being dead, he becomes Batman so he can stop other people from feeling the way that he does, and that's how he can process that grief himself, by understanding exactly what it means to live in a world like that. And the only way that makes sense for him is if he goes out there and he actively works against it, right? It's kind of like picking up a hobby when you got like a midlife crisis. You know what I'm saying? Is that a crazy comparison?
I'm saying it sounds like I don't feel like that's a bad way to put
You
it.
think he'll move on someday
No,
then?
I don't think he will. That's
He's
the only
just
thing I
stuck
was
in a
gonna say.
midlife crisis forever. That's your hero, Freddie.
Like, I was like, I don't think he's
Self-admitted, by
moving
the way.
on
You
from that.
just agreed with me. You owed yourself. I'm slandering him. Midlife crisis man. That's what I'm calling him from now on.
I mean, if he
That
wants to,
bum.
I guess.
um,
But, yeah, I'm stuck with him.
but
He's
it's an
never moving
escape.
from that.
Do you think he sees it as an escape, or is it? I think he's convinced himself it's his duty. Right? It's just what he has to do.
He's 100% convinced.
But at the same
He's
time,
locked into that.
his city reinforces that for him. He thinks Gotham needs him because it's adapted to him being there this whole time. Like at the start of the story, all these villains have all these different relationships with Batman. And if Batman didn't exist, they might not be there, right? So he has found a way to interact with like every part of this city in some way to promote change. So I imagine once you're in a situation like that, you can't be like, all right, midlife crisis over. I did my job. I fixed the city. You're welcome, everybody. My one big regret, because I think most of the story, as I said, I thought this story was great. This really surprised me, especially because I've tried to read this before, and I thought it was just really badly paced, and I just stopped reading it. Because the middle does drag a little bit. Did you feel that at all?
Oh yeah.
Act 2, I don't know half of what happens in Act 2. That issue where it's like just the Orgum family history, I texted you, I was like, man, read that issue. Tell me what you think, because I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to get out of that, to be honest.
Okay, no. That one, at first, like, it was going to be some reveal.
And it
Ra's
wasn't.
al Ghul actually didn't kill his dad or some shit. Like,
No,
I was tripping.
they tell you nothing.
No. He just did it, I guess. His
Yeah.
mom holding him or something. That's really where I was
Yeah.
going with that.
Oh my
The
god.
way she said it, it was like she had something to do with it. She says, "My husband is dead." Like who says something like that?
Right, because it was Talia that was telling Batman this story, right?
They like Ty's telling her the story.
Yeah.
Like we get like the little mom POV when after the husband then got knocked off. Like why? What you talk much on your husband being
Also,
dead?
why the hell did Vandal Savage appear randomly for like one panel and then he was not in the rest of it? I thought that was like foreshadowing. I thought Vandal Savage was gonna have like this crazy family dynamic with the Organs. He was gonna come back and like either aid them or do battle with them, joining Batman and his group. No, he just doesn't show up. So I don't know what that was.
Shit, I guess.
What?
No, probably just like a little teaser would be like, yeah, he was there.
Apparently he's the police commissioner during this run, and he still is.
This one?
Yeah.
I know he's in the commissioner for the later run.
Apparently he became commissioner around this time, so maybe that.
What's the name? What's the name's the commissioner? Wasn't Montoya the commissioner? We're back.
We're back. I don't remember what we were talking about. Is the
Our
unfortunate.
literal last. No, I don't remember the conversation. All I know is we were in the middle of talking about fucking Vandal Savage with the
Oh
commissioner.
yeah,
And
he's bum ass. I don't care about him. All right, let's move on.
yeah, I know, but like, I don't remember the overarching conversation though. That's the problem.
I had something I was getting to, and then I forgot. But all right, let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite character throughout this run? And you can't say Batman.
Bruce.
That Bruce is not a character in this run. He has like 3 scenes, maybe.
Give a shit.
That's
Bruce
like
Wayne
saying
is
Superman's your
Batman
favorite
at the end of
character
the
in this
day.
run because he has one panel.
It's still a panel.
It's a banger panel. It's a good ass panel that Superman got in here, but you know what I'm saying? Not valid. Did you predict this whole thing? we have this big plot where Batman is about to be executed because he is the signifier of everything that is rotten and bad in Gotham. And they're like, all right, we got to take care of Batman and publicly execute him, and that way the streets will be safe. But did you anticipate their whole plan to get him out of there?
I didn't personally think he was done for. Like, you mean like I think Batman was straight up dead, or like?
Well, did you predict the whole plot there? I knew the I want to call it Black Cat. I knew Catwoman had something up her sleeve, man. That bit went on a little bit too long for me personally. Like, I understand, it's the whole point of Batman is to show you the allies he's made along the way, how he started off alone, how he has all these allies in the end. However, I don't necessarily care that much about Catwoman and Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon's cool. I like him more than Catwoman. But I'm not particularly interested in what they have going on in so much as I am Batman. Bruce Wayne.
First of all,
yeah.
You better watch your mouth speaking about Big D like that.
Big D is fucking crazy.
Said Big G, you.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, why the fuck did you hear a D there? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because that's what you said.
I said Big G.
You know what, though? There are certain individuals who have sauce, who have immense aura in this comic. One of them, he has like 3 scenes, but it's Azrael. And he's always had aura. I read Nightfall. I think you did too.
One time I didn't see Azrael with aura was Arkham.
Oh,
no. He had aura in Arkham Knight. I'm playing with his. I'm playing with his
name for no adequately explored reason.
For no reason.
Oh man.
Nah, I heard him. He had aura in Arkham Knight. I'm playing.
Yeah. What did you think about... I gotta talk about the Joker in this, because I didn't understand why he's in this run at all. He shows up, tells, like, this girl that she should go kill people, and then she does. And that's it. She doesn't even meet the heroes. She just kills people.
I guess I don't know if that's supposed to be going anywhere or not.
I think the only reason
I was going to ask you about that shit.
Alright, so you want to know my guess? Because I asked a question. Yeah. I have a guess. So, you read Batman Year One, right?
Yeah.
The last panel of Batman Year One is fairly iconic because it's Jim Gordon calling Batman. He's like, Batman, the Joker, this guy calling himself the Joker is threatening to poison the water supply. We gotta get after this guy, Batman. Batman's like, no problem. And he goes after him. I think it was supposed to mirror that. Because that's the last panel, or one of the last panels of this one, too. It's like, yeah, we saved the city, but there's still people like that running around. And it's supposed to signal the evolution of how he's changed from Year One, when he was first going after the Joker, to the present day, where he, has saved the city again in a similar type of way, but his relationship to that dynamic has completely changed. That is my guess. But even still, you can have that without setting that up. You could have just told me, the Joker broke out of jail, he's on the loose. You don't have to have him going around killing... I don't know. That was the only weird part to me. Other than that, this run is like really self-contained. I would really recommend it if you are a Batman fan that just wants to read like a big epic story and just doesn't want to be completely destroyed with the pacing with something like Nightfall, which is like 100 issues for no reason. I'd say go for this one, right? Do you have... Is this your favorite Batman story that you've read? Speaking purely on comics.
No, I don't think I've read anything I like more than this.
Yeah. I think like stuff like Year One and Long Halloween is on a similar level to this. But I wouldn't say one is better than the other. So I don't know. I will say there are some characters that just exist to be like fodder for the big wars. Like Nightwing has no presence in this. He's like, hey, I'm here for Bloodhaven, here to help you guys out. What are we doing? And that's it. Which is fine.
And I mean, he pull up, he flip in, he save a little kid, and he flip out.
I mean, he got that shit on.
He had that shit on. He all for him a little bit. He always carrying some kid. That's about it, though.
Wow, it's like that.
That's like they horn Richard like that.
If we're talking
I swear.
about costumes where they got that shit on, post-Awakening Batman with, like, the bloody bat, bro, that's a hard fit. I'm surprised I've never seen that before. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've never seen a picture that fit before.
Bro, but it's tough, right?
So he got that shit on. He got that shit on.
I wrote a
Well, I
note
wouldn't
down
mind
here,
if I seen it again.
How did Batman reach the conclusion he does about the docks in the first issue? Because he goes to Talia al Ghul, and he's like, this is a distraction. Something's happening at the docks. I'm like, how do you know that, though? We're just supposed to accept that, oh yeah, the docks. No, of course. This is the exact line. The docks. Whatever Talia doesn't want me to see is happening at Gotham Harbor. How? How have we deduced this, detective?
Well, I might have to just read that shit myself.
This is
I'll
what she
have to
says.
reread that shit.
It all leads back to the beginning. The first time I saw the demon. The first time I ran into Talia. That's where she doesn't want me. Like, okay, sure, you started off with Talia there. She told you nothing to inform you of that, though. So that was the big plot hole I could find. Other than that, I didn't find anything wrong with this, really. But yeah, I forgot how much I like Batman just doing simple, cool shit, you know? Like, rising out of the darkness and stuff, or landing down in a car aggressively for no reason. But I did a little analysis while I was reading this, when I was taking my notes. And the conclusion I've come to about Two-Face and Batman and Gotham is that there's like a three-way connection between them. Which it's easy to analyze Batman because a lot of the stories are very, very simple and everything's very connected. Because it has to be, you know? But what I have determined is that Two-Face is representing like the two sides of Gotham, which also represent the two sides within Batman. And this is a story about contrast and finding just how much of yourself to put into something. That is and finding balance. That is my observation there. I also noticed that, I don't know if there's a name for him. I don't think there is, but Evil Harvey, that's what I'm going to call him. Harvalicious, bro. He wants to see Batman for some reason. I'm like, if I was Dark Harvey, I'd stay the fuck away from Batman. He probably busted me up a ton of times. And as far as I know... Alright, actually, this is a question I had. Because there's a moment in this comic where Harvey is fighting one of the Arkhams, and he shoots himself through the side of Good Harvey, through the left side, with a silver bullet, so that the bullet goes through his body and hits the wolf. Does he not feel pain when he is in one persona or the other? Does he only feel like that side of his body?
Nah, he's just crazy, bro.
He's just crazy, alright. Because I read that panel, I'm like, he looks like fine here. He just shot himself point blank through the fucking... Ah, man. That was aura, though. That might be top 5 moments. I mean, I've never seen Harvey Dent do something with more aura. Even in the movies. Have you?
I mean, he was just standing on some shit.
He was standing on some shit. He never shot himself through his body to hurt a werewolf. That's insane. But yeah.
He was standing on that shit.
Oh my god. See, I predicted what you would say about this, and you haven't said it yet. When I was taking my notes, I wrote down, the villains are a bunch of damn colonists. Do you agree with this?
Are you self-reflecting right now?
No, I'm just saying that's what they are. No, I'm not saying white people are the villains. That's not, no. I mean, they are white. They are no other color, this family. But, look, man, that's not what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about.
Hold on.
What are you talking about?
He's seeing himself.
No, but I'm saying a bunch of damn colonists because they come into their land and they try to make it clean, pristine, and sanitize and get rid of all the things they don't like, which is what colonists do. I was just making a simple observation. You tried to hold me for no reason.
No, I'm saying, like, yeah, what you're saying is correct.
All
yeah.
right, then.
You're saying, I just didn't expect you to come to that conclusion.
Why would I not come to that conclusion? They make it so clear.
I just told you why.
Because it's me, you said.
Yeah. I didn't hide it.
Alright, bro, we're moving on from that. I don't like that. Yeah, I have no background with Mr. Freeze or a lot of these other villains. Poison Ivy shows up for like 3 panels, and she's like, sorry, I'm not gonna help you. And I'm like, alright, who cares?
I don't even know what her character is right now.
Poison Ivy, she's like an environmentalist, like kind of anti-hero.
I'm saying like,
that's what she is right now.
is she really?
Yeah, yeah. I read a little bit of her comic like a few years back, 2021, I think. Her 2021 series, and that's still going on. And she was just like trying to protect the environment, and whenever someone did something to fuck up the environment, she just like killed them, like in a violent fashion. That was the comic. That was it. It was pretty cool, you know. That's not bad.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I guess.
yeah. I do like the fact that all these villains are not stagnant. They have their own goals for the most part. If they have a role in this story, they have a goal. Mr. Freeze, I don't know what his goal was exactly. He just wanted to freeze the entire city to get revenge on Nora. I mean, I guess, like, if that's what you want, bro. But
He got done dirty, bro.
Mr. Freeze did? What you mean?
He got kicked in the nuts. Bob be hot too.
Wait, what? He did? I didn't
Yes.
notice this. Oh, no, wait, who kicked him in the nuts? Batman?
Bro, it wasn't Batman, bro. It was a doctor.
The doctor? What doctor?
Bro, it was a doctor, bro. I swear. She was the ginger.
In this comic?
Yeah, in this comic,
I
bro.
don't remember this.
Hold
You'll have
on.
to send me this later. That's crazy.
I'll send it to you later. I remember. I see that. I was baffled, but I forgot to save it. 'Cause I was like, bro, there's no way you didn't see this.
No, I remember someone getting kicked in the nuts, actually.
So
I didn't remember it being Mr. Freeze, but you might be right. I thought it was one of the Orgums.
he was paying it forward. I see what it was now.
He learned his lesson. He was like Denji style, straight for the nuts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, hey, so Mr. Freeze's plan makes absolutely no sense. But if you really think about it, so does Batman's. You know what I'm saying? They both make no sense to the other side. And that's what's interesting about the dynamics here. Because Gotham is such a crazy place, nothing makes sense if you really want to think about it. Right? Like, sure, getting revenge on an entire city by turning into an ice cube, not the most logical thing you can spend your Tuesday night doing. But also, trying to save a whole city from crime and, like, evil clowns and shit, when clearly the city's just cooked, that's also crazy. You know, and spending the rest of your life dressed up as a bat doing that, spending all your money doing this when you could probably spend your money, you know, refurbishing the city and putting good things into it, which the Organs kind of do a little bit. I don't know. People always say that Batman would do so much more good if he could just use his money legally to help provide for Gotham City. The reason I don't agree and I don't subscribe to that notion is because Batman's not supposed to make sense. He's using his money the way that it makes sense for him to gain personal fulfillment along with it. It might be selfish, but that's just kind of part of his character. You know? You agree with that?
I mean, what you like to say, but like, the other hand, he does help the city though.
He helps the city.
No, I'm saying like with his money and everything, he that actually does happen.
He does, but for every 10 Batmobiles,
Saying, like, he has, like,
puts how many billions into the city? You know
I'm
what
saying?
I'm
Like he has like Wayne Foundation has like his homeless shelter. They have grants. They help people all the time. He be out here. He be helping those that.
Wait, but actually, let's think about it. The Orgums literally say when they come to Gotham, hey, Bruce Wayne's kind of washed up. He hasn't done shit for the city. I mean, they're saying he hasn't done as much as he could have, probably. So
yeah, but the thing about that is like,
I think he could probably be on their
someone's
level.
done enough. Is he actually not done enough? Or we throwing shade out there.
No, because this whole story is about how the Orgums can refurbish and revitalize the city so easily. And Batman's methods of just fighting crime are outdated. That is the premise.
No, but yeah, no, but but what I'm saying pretty much is like a fucking like story. But now he does the shit. It's always fucking. It's like he has done those things sometimes.
But he doesn't stick to them. He sticks to being Batman.
Going constant.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I think there is a point there. This does bother me in general about stories, by the way. When the villain has a point, but they just take their point too far, and then the actual point never gets addressed. Because it's like, they kind of have a point. There's better ways to do this than just being Batman and beating up homeless people. But because they go too far with it, suddenly their entire point is invalidated.
That's normal villain shit to me.
Yeah, but like, it's normal, but it should be. We should say, no, I want to hear the villain out. Give them a point. Give them a podium. Like, yeah, we're executing Batman, we're doing this, but we're also, refurbishing the population. We're putting money into this, into the places it should be, and that's how they keep it stable. And it works on a surface level, is the craziest part. You know? They just did it with greedy intentions. But if there was, like, an inverse of the Organs, just people who just loved Gotham City and wanted to make it better, and they were all billionaires, let's say, would that not just be a good decision to make? How would Batman go up against that?
He would do nothing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm saying, like, that's not a villain at that point. Like, someone he even has to think
It is a threat
about.
to him to an extent, though, because he feels threatened even before the Organs reveal what they're doing. How does Batman continue to exist in a city where there are no problems? He doesn't know. And that's his whole thing, right?
It's just an existential crisis, though. He's not necessarily thinking like
you mean existential?
These guys existential, whatever the fuck you want to say. You
said existential?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah,
you're right.
I didn't say existential, but I did fucking slaughter that word. But fuck you.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. Who's your favorite type of Batman villain? Who's the best?
I don't want to say Joker. That feels weak.
But Joker is more entertaining than someone like the werewolves, you know?
Yeah, I'm saying like Joker's up there like my favorite villain, but it's like I don't want to say Joker like my favorite villain. Like it feels like it's that name.
I don't think that's crazy to say though, because his dynamic with Batman is the most entertaining. I think probably, you know, he might not be your favorite character, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what like. Whenever you see this villain, you get excited because you know it's going to be interesting to see him interact with Batman.
Yeah, fuck it. I just got to give it to Joker.
Speaking of villains, that bum Bane, nothing, bro. Because I've seen multiple times and hear people could break Batman's back and they don't do it. But they could have done it. So that just proves to me that Bane wasn't shit. He says, I have broken his ribs and filled his blood with a paralytic. What Bane do again? Less than that. That bum.
Bane has been like no slander to Bane, but like, what did he do after Nightfall on some real shit?
He just went away.
He did kill Alfred.
Oh, that was him? Oh, he killed a defenseless old man. Good for it. Like, what are we doing? Come on. I'm
saying, like, outside of killing Alfred, I don't know what Bane has done.
If the Rhino killed Aunt May, that would not be a feat. That would just be like, of course he did. It's Aunt May.
He works.
You know what I'm saying? What'd you think of Two-Face in this run? We got some crazy double spreads with, like, his two sides talking to each other.
Yes. Yeah, or
yeah. I like him better like this than just a straight up villain, to be honest. It's more interesting.
Moving him away from like that, like in his role, it does his character good.
Yeah, and it relates him more to Batman because they have those 2 pages where it's Harvey and Evil Harvey, and then it's Batman and Barbatos. And they're so similar, which is why I think you get so much focus on Two-Face early in this run, because it is just, they're the same character that had different situations. But yeah, the art in this run is also really good at times. It's really funny because sometimes the artist will be taking it easy and then they'll get to a point where they just lock the fuck in. Like in that dream sequence sort of thing where Batman goes to the desert, Talia takes him to the desert. Yeah. And he has to come to terms with why he still does what he does. The artist just locked the fuck in. All those panels are beautiful. I don't know what it is.
That's real art, man.
That's real art? What do you mean by that?
Yes. Exactly what I mean.
All right.
You know exactly what I mean. That's real art.
I also took note of the coin, bro. I love the coin flip moment so fucking much. I didn't notice it until I reread it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Two-Face flips his coin because he sees him beating him up, and in between every panel of the coin flipping in the air, he sees alternate possibilities of what could happen. He sees Batman having him locked up in jail. He sees Batman like drilling into his brain. And then he sees Batman dead, and bleeding on the floor. And then he decides, no, that's worse. So I have to do this. It's such a cool fucking sequence, man. Because it's him realizing that Batman is more important to Gotham than his safety and security is to himself. That's so cool to me. And that's when I was sold on Harvey as a character. I'm like, do I care about Two-Face in this run without being a villain, really? And then that moment, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, he's ordered up. That was fucking crazy. Great character, man. As much as I love this story, though, I don't know if I want it to be adapted. You know? I don't think it'd work too well if, like, they did this in a movie. What do you think?
They're gonna feel like
people would be calling Batman a bitch throughout like all the story, bro, because he gets folded 10 times in a row by like slightly powerful individuals.
I also feel like what would you remove to paste this for a movie?
I think you off screen the Catwoman heist. You can shorten a lot of that stuff before the execution platform. Take out most of Act 2, to be honest. I think, unfortunately, you do have to take out a lot of the Two-Face stuff as well. I think you just can't have that in there and have it be a good Batman story, because there's too much of other characters being involved. You take out a lot of the underground stuff as well. You just make a note that they have these people underground in the sewer system, that they're using them. You have that reveal happen, but that's it. And then you make a note later. You're like, alright, you free the people in the sewers, we're going to do this. And that's all you do with that. So you can shorten it a lot, I think. I think the biggest problem with this run is the pacing. By far. Because I know exactly where I got bored. And it was in the middle of Act 2. I was worried about you, to be honest. I'm like, I know you love Batman, but are you going to just like jump ship in the middle because it's not like a crazy amount of shit happening? But that didn't happen to you? You never questioned this? You just kept reading?
Yeah, I think I kept reading, except like when I was Act 2 is the only thing that made me question it.
Yeah,
I liked Act 2. The problem is I liked Act 2.
I like Act 2 when you see it in the context of everything else. You know, when I'm reading Act 2, I'm like, man, can we get a fucking move? Can we get to it, man?
The whole time I didn't know what the fuck was the one problem.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, I said, what's your interpretation of this? And I posted a page here. Batman has a monologue when he's like in the graveyard, and he's talking about what would happen when Batman has to go away. And he says, who will keep the graves then? Who will sweep up the dust? And I read that. He also says, who will remember the roses? And I didn't quite know what that meant.
What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Wait. Who the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about?
He's just monologuing to himself. And he's talking about what will happen if the Arkhams take over. He says, who will keep the graves then? Who will sweep up the dust? Who will remember the roses? And I think I get the point he's getting at, but that just confused me a little bit, you know?
I ain't gonna wait.
I was like, alright, bro. Alright.
He could have got to the point a little bit. I guess he's saying they're holding lesser people or some shit.
I guess, but like
you gotta get to the point, Bruce.
There are moments of this run where, like, alright, so Ram V, I really like him as a writer now. I think he's a good writer after this Batman run. I haven't really read much of him before. Actually, I don't think I've read anything by him before. But after this, solid writer. He gets poetical a lot at random times. You're like, oh wait, Batman's just fighting this guy, and now he's like drifting through space or something. It's like, it's cool. I like that style of comics, but it's definitely different from what I'm used to with Batman. I'm used to Batman being very literal, you know, and like Legends of the Dark Knight and all those stories. What do you think about the whole possibility of, you know, these villains are searching for something to save because they need it, to move on in their lives. And Batman's kind of the same way. He has to find something to save too within Gotham. And that's the whole Bat family thing. That's an observation I made. I'm like, I think Batman is who the Organs were supposed to be. But then they got lost along the way.
You mean like the organs, like as in general? Or you going for one of those?
No, I think just their mission statement is what I'm talking about. Where they were founded under the belief that they have to go out and say something because that's how they get meaning in their life. Because that's how Batman finds his meaning. He goes out, he beats up crime until he finds something or someone that he wants to save. And I said here, the difference is responsibility versus compulsion. You know?
Yeah.
If you're forced to do it, it's not going to mean anything to you, just in general. Like, the world would not make sense to Batman anymore if he stopped being Batman. If the world just didn't need him anymore. But the world might still make sense to, say, Spider-Man. If Peter woke up one day, he didn't have his powers, he'd probably just move on. He wouldn't become Batman, right? So I think he's unique in that way. I don't know. Because he feels all this guilt. And he doesn't know how to deal with them. So he just beats up homeless people.
Is
it insane?
I'm saying you would never Batman beating up a homeless.
I mean, I don't know. Those random people on the street, you think they all got addresses?
Prove they homeless.
I can't do that. What if I say the way they look? Is that crazy?
Yes, it is. You're hoeing.
I don't know, man. Do you think Batman is a particularly deep character?
Batman's one of those characters where it's like he can be very surface. He can be very surface. You can dig deeper.
Yeah.
You choose. Batman himself can be like dimensional, but like there can be nothing more if you don't believe so.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fucking describe the shit.
I think it depends on the writer. But I also think when a writer like tries to make their story the unraveling of Batman's character, because this whole run is like a character study. And it's a good one. But when I was done with it, I was like, I almost feel like you've examined as much of Batman as you can examine. You know? I felt like there wasn't much more to his character to unravel after this. Does that make sense? Like, he's secure in himself totally. And if you tried to tell a similar story to this again and go somewhere else with it, I think it would be bad. I think it'd be shallow.
It shouldn't happen again kind of shallow, or like it won't be able to like match that?
Both. I think it shouldn't happen again, and it won't be able to say anything. Because if you're telling a story, you have to say something about a character. What are you going to say about Batman after this? You could tell a story about Batman choosing to retire, but they're never going to tell that story because that means you can't do Batman anymore, right? I know you probably don't agree with that. You probably think Batman is like a insanely interesting psychological character, and I agree to an extent, but he's also one of those characters that is hard to relate to beyond a surface level at times.
Yeah, no. I disagree, to be honest.
You disagree. What do you disagree on?
No, don't.
You don't disagree. If you were going to rate, because there's 3 acts here, if you're going to rate them separate, just based on the merits of that act, how would it go for you?
What I liked, number 1 in the back.
Number 1 in... Wow, you think number 1's worse than 2?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I might have liked 2 the best.
2? No,
it's like...
We were just shitting on 2. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, the thing was, I liked number 2.
What do you like about it? This is interesting.
I like that whole little, like, it was the first, like, couple issues of number 2 where the casino Plaza's getting attacked. Oh. Batman's kind of getting his ass.
Yeah, but he's getting his ass beat. You like that?
Say,
Oh yeah,
that's
you
like
getting jumped.
I
Fuck
like
that guy.
I like that whole scene though.
Okay.
I like the little section. And
I'm trying to
then
remember
like
exactly.
in the midst of that section, we
Yeah.
did get that backstory. I was fucking with that backstory. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
I like that backstory. I was just confused about that Rachel Gould shit for a minute.
Yeah, and the Vandal Savage shit. I still don't understand that, but it's okay.
But yeah, I liked it outside of that.
Yeah. I would say that is the weakest one. I would give it 7 out of 10 for the first one, maybe 8. High 7, low 8, we'd say. I'd say 6 out of 10 for the second one, to be honest. I liked it, but I think without the other two, it's just fine. It's okay. It's a good Batman story, but it's not anything crazy to me. And then the last one is where everything goes fucking nuts. If you look at, like, that's got all the craziest moments. It's got the whole character study of Batman in the desert, which is the best moment, I think, right? That moment where he learns what it means to be Batman, how it makes sense to him, is so fucking good. Oh my god. That fucking monologue might be a top Batman monologue for me, bro. Especially the part where he's like, you know, to feel safe, you shouldn't have to look up. You should only have to look around. That's such a fucking good monologue there, bro. And he's thinking of Superman. Man.
Aaron Walker's Oracle is kind of.
I wasn't even too attached to Alfred, but every time they showed him in this run, I was like, damn. It kind of hits me a little bit. Even though I don't really care. I don't know. They made it hit. That one panel of Alfred hugging, like, a young Bruce Wayne. Like, after his parents died, and it like, flashes to the present. And he's hugging himself. Bro, that hit me. That shit was sad. And he's just alone in the rain.
One thing, reading comics like this,
Yeah.
made me put a lot more respect on some people's name, mostly Two-Face.
Bro, Two-Face is, yeah, he's crazy in this. He does more than Batman. I got more faith that he could defeat the Asthma versus Batman. I would say this is the best modern Batman run. I don't think there's a better one. Anyways, moving on to the bonus segment, man. We got Batman by Matt Fraction. We're covering issue number 2. Those cops sure are corrupt.
Casually corrupt. Not much happens in here, you know.
Bro, have you seen those, like, I don't know, fucking TikToks of the people who are like, this superhero would defend ICE. Those motherfuckers got shut down so fast, bro.
Good, bro.
Oh man, Batman straight up tells him, yeah, fuck out of here with that shit.
When people say like a superhero support ICE, I'm like, be for real, right?
Yeah.
Superheroes aren't supporting some shit like that. That's literally against the whole thing. I say you have to find some niche hero. Even then, them motherfuckers are barely a hero at that for them to be supporting ICE. But I say you're not finding no hero that like no straight up hero that's
it would have to be a loser. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about anti-heroes right now. I'm like, even Venom wouldn't go with that shit. Venom would just eat the agents up. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
You had to find somebody that's like a nerd or something. I don't know. I can see one of the superheroes doing it that I just don't like. And that's how I'd express that. I don't like him. I just say he's side of ice. Like, I think Hank Pym might side of ice, to be honest, bro.
He did beat up his wife.
Exactly. So he probably would do it. You know what I'm saying? But this is a fun issue, man. It's Batman and Robin hanging out. He's teaching him about the car. He gets his ass handed to him. That was disrespectful. By ordinary cops, mind you. If I remember this correctly.
Oh, Robin tried to run away, got shot.
Sorry as hell. That's terrible.
He fucking flipped up a building and then like they shot him when he was at the top of it.
You're alright. You can sit there and tell me that's not sorry activities, bro. That's not terrible behavior. That's
he started on
right
the
there.
ground.
How old is he supposed to be in this? 16?
No, fucking Tim's in schools. I don't fucking know how old he's supposed to be.
Nah, he better not be too old because he better be like 12 or something. That's the only way he gets away with that. Unslandered.
You can't be 12. Damien's still Robin.
Hey, listen. Oh, wait.
Oh, hey, Damien, no.
What's up?
Damien is like, how old is motherfucker?
He looked like 10. He looks very young. But he's also like a trained assassin, so I don't know. I know, that was a fun issue, man. If we get more issues like that, I'd be happy. This is a good load for me right now. But yeah, going to the next issue that we have, our next and final issue, Absolute Arrow. I don't know what your relationship is with Green Arrow. I watched the show that was on the CW, and I have never read a comic of him. So this was my first one.
The exact same.
All right. Well, this is... I mean, obviously it's different because all the Absolute superheroes are different, but it looks like this Arrow isn't even Oliver Queen. What?
Allegedly. He's dead, allegedly.
Right, which is wild. He just died on the island, apparently. We don't know that for a fact yet, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's not around. So that is the big difference here. And the Green Arrow here is this, like, crazy killer that's going after, like, tech people? Like, anyone who... Because what was the deal? Oliver Queen in this universe had created this this legal, like, trading site where people could get ahead of like, billionaires, and it was like a fair game, basically. And he's going after all the people who abuse the system. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty. That's what's happened.
All right. Do you fuck with that premise? What do you think about the book?
Yeah, no, I do fuck with that. It's low-key, like, thinking of that, it straight up reminded me of the CW Arrow version.
Really?
The way. Yeah, because like he's kind of like going after like the same kind of corrupt people, and he's outright killed them.
Yeah.
One thing that did get me though, like when he was interrogating like the one dude, he sliced his arm off. He was like, "Oh, he's like, I'll tell you what happened to Oliver Queen." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh,
that's like normal." Yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
I knew somebody hold him, but I didn't.
That was crazy. Yeah. I don't know what his deal is, but that's kind of the point.
I think like the Longbow killer, or whatever, would know that. Like,
I think Slade was mentioned too. It was like Slade's Island instead of Epstein's Island. Do you see that shit?
He did too. I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?"
That had to be on purpose, man. Given the times we're living in, that had to be on purpose. Are you kidding me?
Definitely was.
Oh man, that was rough. But hey, Slade is a pedophile, so it works out. You know, it matches up. I hope we get to... is he dead? No, I think he committed suicide or something, right? I haven't... I read this like 2 weeks ago when it first came out.
Oh, you talking about...
I'm talking about Slade.
No. The Longbow killer got to him.
Oh, okay, cool. Who killed themselves? Did someone kill themselves, or did I make that up?
No, so who the fuck did?
I think somebody was in the news for that.
No, I think it was one of the... I think it was like the start of it.
Okay.
A little like expository that somebody did kill themselves.
Interesting. All right.
But he got murdered.
I actually like Oliver Queen here. Like, I think it's hard to make like a billionaire likable unless they're Batman. But you know, the guy at the start that just creates this app to even the playing field for people. That's pretty cool. I don't have a problem with that, actually. That is the way that, you know, that's a good way to use their money. I was going to say that's the way that I would use my money. Nah, I'm getting the Batmobile. But I admire that way to use your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, this series is apparently only going to be 6 issues. I imagine they'll probably extend it later on, but what do you want to see them do for having such a short, like, window? Is there anything that they can get to that'd be, like, crazy? I don't even know. I think just have him go around, assassinate billionaires, reveal who it is, like, towards the end.
Just want to know who it is.
Yeah. I'm curious, too.
I don't know who it would be.
But I don't know enough characters, though, from Arrow to say. It's going to be, like...
I'm not going to lie.
I don't know.
Until I seen his build, I thought they were going to go with, like... Until I got the Roy Harper name drop and I seen his build, I thought they were going to throw, like, a curveball.
Yeah.
Use, like, Roy Harper's daughter or something, but I don't know.
Daughter's crazy. But,
He
I
has a
mean, it
daughter.
could be possible, yeah.
I'm gonna throw the curveball right here.
Yeah, what's your prediction?
Merlin.
You said Merlin?
Merlin. I threw the curveball. It's him.
Interesting. What's your basis?
Nothing.
Nothing. Just vibes.
Yeah, just vibes.
Alright, hell yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have another prediction. I thought this was solid, but not like incredible to me. I want to see some political commentary. We weren't talking about that for the Rom V run, but there was a lot of political commentary going on there as well. But it was just pretty general, you know. It was like when these politicians promise certain things about how they're going to change your city to make it better than ever before, like make America great again, for example, right? What that really means is that you are going to remove the things that America has expanded on in order to present this version of America that is more sanitized, right? And you're going to regress certain aspects of society in order to achieve that vision. In which it sounds great originally, like literally it sounds great because the word is great. But once you really dive into what that means, you realize that a lot of what makes, you know, certain places in the world very, very special is the fact that they have these imperfections that have grown into their identity. And if you take that identity away, well, you're taking identity away. It's like, why would you do that? Because then you're living in a place that has no real characteristic, and you can't even love it because it's just basic. No one wants to be basic. So that commentary was interesting. That message for Batman. I hope they get at something that's a little more in depth, because it's just like, I don't know, when I started reading this, I was like, oh, okay, so this guy is going to be like a political type of superhero. If he's going after these types of people this early on, this is going to have something to say.
At least.
Which is interesting.
Green Arrow has always been like a political character.
Well,
never really seen too much of him.
But when I watched the show, I didn't get that. Like, technically it was political, but it never felt political. You know? Like, he's on the island fighting Slade. What's political about that? You know?
I'm saying, like, I wouldn't use the arrow.
Well, that's the only media I have to compare it to. So I have to.
I'm saying, like, no, I'm saying, please don't use that shit.
I read like one Arrow comic, and it was okay. So I just didn't continue. I'll think I'll like this. I wasn't sure if you'd like it when I recommended it to you, because I'm like, Freddie's gonna say they're talking too damn much. You're gonna drop it 3 pages in. But you stuck through it, so that's a W, man. We'll continue with it then.
Yeah, no, we are continuing.
Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, my bad, bro.
But I said that's not negotiation.
Yeah. I feel you. All right. Well, that's about it for this episode. We'll be back on a regular basis, right, Freddie? Sometime this upcoming week or next week. All right. So until that time, I'll be seeing you guys. Have a good one. No? Don't have a good one? You want them to have a bad one?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
He said, die the death that Batman's died. That's rough.